Hi, I thought I would do a quick overview, an 8,000 mile review of my Tenere 700. The bike's been fantastic and no qualms whatsoever about it. When they talk about a unicorn bike, a bike that can do it all, for me, this is the unicorn. I can do everything that I want to do on this bike. It goes down the highway great. Obviously, it's great in the dirt. And I did a 3,000 mile review and went over kind of all the doodads that I've added onto this and so forth. So I'm just going to do a quick review of what I've done since then and how it's performed. The only thing that I changed on this since that 3,000 mile review is somebody mentioned to me that if you put a 16-tooth sprocket on the front, that it would lower the RPMs a little bit on the highway, and I did that, and it did just that. It really helps on the highway. I bring those RPMs down about 300, 400, 500 RPMs when you're on freeway speed, and that's kind of really turned it into that real nice cruiser that I wanted. The only other thing is that, or two other things, I put this rear tail rack on it so that I could put my tank bag back here, and then also I put this Dominator muffler on there. And I wanted just something a little bit lighter than the stock exhaust that comes with it. But I didn't want to pay a fortune like you do for an Akrapovic or Yoshimura or some of these other pipes that are out there. You know, you're looking at anywhere from $500 to $1,000. This muffler was $224. It comes from Poland. Got here in 5 days, and the way I found out about it was I was watching YouTube, and this Australian guy had one. And he played the sound of it, and he said, you know, how happy he was with it, and so I figured I'd take a chance. And I can tell you, it's awesome. It's really nice. And I'll play the two different sounds with the baffle in it and with the baffle out at the end of this interview, and you can see what it sounds like. Let me think real quick. Oh, the tires. You'll see in the when you hear the muffler. Look at the back tire. It's got 8,000 miles on it. These are the original tires. And I am totally pleased with them. They've been fine. They do fine off-road as long as you're not in mud or sand. Other than that, gravel, rocks, you name it, it's fantastic. They're great tires. And they've lasted a lot longer than I thought they would. Then I'll grab the camera and show you the front tire here in just a second. And the other thing was, I've got a air hawk on this. It's the only way you can do highway stuff for me anyway. The seat's not comfortable on this thing. So I put this air hawk on it, and it's worked great for me. But a friend of mine just sent me a thing last night. Evidently Seat Concepts now has like 3 or 4 new seats that you can put on the Tenere. And so I may be looking into something like that. But it's just been great. I took it in for its service, its 8,000 mile service yesterday. I've done all the servicing since then. I did the 600 mile service on it. At 4,000 I changed the oil and all that. And then on this one, I changed the oil, the air filter, the oil filter, all that stuff. Took it in. The only thing they had to do was the plugs, and then they did the cables and stuff like that. And it was 300 bucks. So on 8,000 miles, my service has cost me 300 bucks. My GS, every time I took it in, was like 700 bucks. So I'm totally pleased with the service. You know, I don't have to take it in mine for another 8,000 miles, and the valves aren't done on this until 24,000 miles. So it's my unicorn. It's got a ton of power. It rides the highway great. It's great on the dirt, and I'm just really enjoying it. So if you're curious about what it's like after riding it for a little bit, I hope this helps you out. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for what the muffler sounds like. This is the front tire, and I think you can see, I mean, for 8,000 miles, it is in great shape. It's just now starting to, kind of slightly cup a little bit, but all in all, that is one heck of a good looking tire for 8,000 miles for an original equipment tire that comes with this bike. So I'm totally pleased with these tires, and I'll probably I'll probably put another set on these with the same tires.